welcome back to the Tune Project. Today I'm going to be teaching you step by step how to play the song Edelweiss. Let me just start off by saying I love this song. It's one of my favorites and I've loved the sound of music since I was a kid. I'm obsessed with Julie Andrews and the score from the movie is fantastic, and I'm sure since you're here you also love Edelweiss, so I hope you enjoy learning it today. If you find today's video to be helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you're watching this but you're not already subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the red subscribe button below so you can stay up to date on everything that I post in the future. Also, be sure to stay tuned for the second half of this video where we can play Edelweiss together at a slow, medium, and somewhat faster tempo so that you can practice the song more. Alright guys, here we go, Edelweiss, let's do it. So for this one, we are in the key of D major, so we have two sharps, F sharp and C sharp, and we are in 3/4 time, so common waltz time. And we're starting out with an F sharp on the D string. So you probably noticed that I used my fourth finger on the A string when I reached the E. So if you have trouble using your fourth finger, make sure to just come around with your elbow, bring your elbow a little bit forward. That'll really help with giving you more reach with your pinky. And also, if you're not sure if the E is in tune, you can always just match with your open E string. So playing the E with your fourth finger first, then playing open E, then playing the two notes together to see if they match. For this next phrase, we also start on an F sharp on the D string, so same exact note as we started off with. And then ending there on open A. So basically we had a scale going up from the F sharp all the way to the A string, and then we ended on an open A. Next, we play the exact same thing that we did in the very beginning, so this should sound familiar to you. Next, we start on F sharp again, however this time we have a scale going up on the A string, starting on open A and ending on D. So if you're paying attention to the rhythm that we have here, most of what we've played so far is the same. So each phrase that we've played has a very, very similar rhythm, where beginning on a half note, we have quarter notes within the middle of the phrase, and then we're ending on a dotted half note. So pay attention to the beats. If you're not quite sure how long to hold out each of those notes, just make sure that you're sticking to the 3/4 time, regardless of what tempo you choose. Next, we are starting this time on our fourth finger E on the A string. Okay, so we went from the A string, walking all the way down to the D string, and then ending on the A string once again on a D. Now this next phrase starts on a B, first finger on the A string, and we just stay on the A string for the entirety of the phrase. And finally, for this last phrase, we play the exact same thing that we did in the very beginning, and we end on a D. So listen for that. Everything that is coming up you have already played before. So just remember to think back to what you already know, and that'll be to your advantage for this last section. And that is it! Congratulations for learning Edelweiss in its entirety, and now let's just do a quick recap and I'll give you a couple tips that'll help you out through this learning process. So first of all, we talked about how this song is in the key of D major. So just as I recommend in any of the other tunes that I teach in my other tutorial videos, I would also recommend here to play a D major scale before starting this tune. When you go to practice it, just play a quick D major scale so that your fingers are familiar with the finger pattern that we have in this key, and that way you don't have to think too hard about it when you're playing the song. Next, as I mentioned earlier, we do have a lot of little mini scales throughout this song, so definitely use that to your advantage in thinking of when your fingers will be playing all of the notes in order, and just paying attention to little patterns can be really, really helpful. Next, early on in this song we have a fourth finger note, so that E shows up from the very beginning and it shows up again a few more times throughout the song. So the fourth finger is probably going to be the focus in your practice if you're not quite used to utilizing that fourth finger. If you're a pro at using the fourth finger and have no issues, then you can disregard this, but yeah, if you find that you're having trouble with accessing that note, maybe reaching far enough for that E, just think about bringing your elbow forward slightly. That can help give you a little bit more length with the pinky, as I said earlier, and then also matching with your open E string. If you're not quite sure if you're in tune, just double checking with open E. It's right there, your bow is very close to it already if you're on the A string, so it shouldn't be much trouble to just check real quick and then you can adjust based on what you hear. And now let's play Edelweiss together at a slow, medium, and mid-fast tempo. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Happy practicing!